So how does exercise change our blood? Not only does it change our blood, but it changes our blood flow. In response to exercise, we get an increase in what's called capillarization. And this is just a fancy way of saying we have more arteries which bring nutrient and oxygen-rich blood to the muscle, and we also have more veins, which brings deoxygenated blood and metabolic waste products out of the muscle. And now why is this important? Well, the more oxygen and energy in the form of glucose and fatty acids that we can bring to the muscle, the longer we can maintain the same exercise performance. Additionally, the more of the metabolic waste products we can take out of the muscle, the less likely we are to stop exercising due to feelings of muscular pain or fatigue. The other thing exercise does is it actually increases our blood volume. You see, there are two very important parts of blood. The first is our red blood cells, and the other is our plasma. And the plasma is the liquid component of our blood. You see, the higher the ratio of red blood cells to plasma in our blood, the thicker and more viscous it will be. However, we want more red blood cells because the more red blood cells we have, the more oxygen we can bring to all of our muscles. So one adaptation to exercise is an increased red blood cell count. However, the other adaptation is an increased plasma, and this is to keep the thickness of our blood the same. And as a result, the volume of our blood will increase. You would think that this increased blood volume would raise our blood pressure, because the higher the volume of our blood, the more outward pressure it will put on our arteries and veins. However, the first point I mentioned is that we have an increased amount of arteries and veins. Therefore, the pressure in these arteries and veins will most likely stay the same, because the more arteries and veins we have, the less of our total blood volume each one has to carry. And if you want to learn a little bit more about the best types of exercise to increase blood flow, send me a DM or comment below and we'll set up a consultation.